Hi guys, now we are going to see the topic about the file inclusion in preprocessor directive. In previous class we had seen about the preprocessor and the kind of preprocessor directives. See, there were 4 kind of preprocessor directive. The first one is macro expansion, second one is file inclusion, third one conditional compilation, and fourth some miscellaneous directives. See, here already we had seen about the macro expansion. Now we are going to see the file inclusion. See, what is file inclusion? What purpose we are using this file inclusion? See, for each and every time when we are writing the program, at very first we will use the header file. See, the header files were included by help of the file inclusion directive. For example, suppose if we are including the stdio.h, this is stdio.h, that is the header file. So by help of this include directive, we can include the header file to our source code and we can invoke the function inside the header file. See, for example, for scanf, printf, these and all the functions, where it is located inside the header file stdio.h. First we should include that header file. After including that header file to our source code, from that header file we can invoke the functions, that is library functions, inside that header file. So the syntax of the file inclusion is here. Here very first this hash symbol, after that include. By using this include directive, we can include the system files, that is if we want to include the system library file, header file, then we should use within this symbol, that is lesser symbol and the greater symbol. Within this symbol we should give the file name. That is, this one is system file. Say here for example, this one include see, for example, here include stdio.h. Suppose if you want to give input and output, you should use these standard library functions, that is by help of this header file we can invoke the scanf and printf. Next, suppose if you want to manipulate some string, finding the string length or comparing such things can be done by including this string.h header file, because that functions and all under the string.header file. Next, if you want to calculate some mathematical problem, here there are a lot of functions inside this math.h. So we can, by including these files to our source code, that is we can invoke the function inside that header file. So here this is one type, that is system header files can be included by using this syntax. This one is first form. And second form, here include within double quotes file name. See, by using this include directive, we can include our own header file also. See, like system header file, we can also create the header file. In that header file, what are the functions we need, we can create inside that header file, and whenever we need we can invoke that functions and we can do some process. So here within double quotes only we should use our header file. Example, see, suppose if I am creating a header file, my header file name is, let us assume, myheader.h. that is the file name, header file name. Say, suppose if I want to include that header file to our source code, then I can use like this. See, first hash symbol, next include, after that within double quotes myheader.h. This is the file inclusion syntax. This hash symbol include directive, it is used to include the system header file and also include the programmer header file also, that is user header file also. See, this one you know, first form, this you know already. How to include the system header file to our source code. Now we are going to see this second type, that is, we are going to create the header file, and after that we are going to include that header file to the source code. See here, these two steps you should remember. Step 1, before including the programmer header file, that is user header file, you should create the header file. In that header file you should write the program for the function, create the function. After that only we can call that header file to the source code, that is the program with extension .c. See, first step, create the header file. See, creating the header file is as usual. See, for example, if it is a Turbo C compiler, here the editor will be there. In this editor, as usual, you go to file menu and select the new option. Then one new window will appear. In this window you can write the function, that is what are the functions we need, we can write that functions inside. See, we can write any number of functions. See, for example, suppose here I am creating the two kind of function. First function, returning the value integer. For example, let us take the simple program very first. This is the function definition. See, in the header file we can define, that is the function definitions can be defined. The first function integer add, here next it returns the added value. See, the second function void. For example, suppose if it was not returning any value, if the functions without returning the value, we should write void. So because if void, always it won't return the value. Suppose here I am multiplying the two numbers and I am here displaying the multiply result. These and all what? Functions. Already you have studied about the functions. What are the functions you need, you can write that functions definition inside this window. After that you save this function with the header file .h. So after writing the code, again you select the file. In the file you, after selecting the file menu, you select the save. After that the dialog box will come. There you save this code as my header .h. See, this header file name is my header.h. See, this header file contains totally two functions. First function is add, second function name is, for multiplication I give this function name as mul. So these two kind of functions were inside this, where my header.h. and after that you close the file. Next, again in the second step, here in same way, step 2, in the editor, here go to file menu. In same way, here new window will be open, that is in the editor new window will be open. Here you write the code. See, including stdio.h. This is the system function and this function name is my header.h. Now I am including the what file? Our header file, that is include. Here within double quotes, user header file should be mentioned within double quotes. Here my header.h. So after that void main, we can write set of instructions and we can invoke the function I have created. Suppose if you want to add the two numbers, we can call this function to our source code from here. So in this way we can include the header file to our source code and we can invoke the function inside that header file. See, after completing this source code, you should save this file. Say here in the file menu, select save option. Here you should give the file name with .c because this is the source code. Here for example, let us take it as test.c. I am storing the file with name test.c. So by help of this include directives, we can include the system header file and also the user header file to the source code. See here, let us see the build process. At the compilation time, here see very first include here stdio.h. See the header file, system library files will be inserted to our source code where we include stdio.h. In that place, system file will be placed. In same way, here next include my header.h. Here this header.h, this file will be included to where the file we have included, that my header.h, to that place this file will be included at the runtime. So entire content will be copied here where we have included the header file, to that place the entire content of the header file will be placed. From here we can call the what are the functions we have defined inside that header file, that what functions we need, that functions can be called. So now let us see the simple example. Here let us take the same example. I am going to create the two file. The first file, what are the functions I need, I am going to write that content in the file and I am going to save that file with the extension .h. See the first file name my header.h I am going to save. After that I am going to create the second file. In the second file I am going to include the previous file which I have created with the extension .h. That file I am going to include in the second file, and after that I am going to write my source code. Here I am going to save the second file test.c. After when we are running this file test.c, at that time every process this header file will be included here, and after that do some process. See now let us see this example. Here totally I am going to create the two files. See here I am splitting it. See here I am going to create the first file. Here I am going to write two functions. First function, it has the return type, so I am giving the return type as integer. Next this function name is add. After that here I am passing the parameter, so this parameter also here integer type I am going to pass. First integer x, next integer y. So this is the function definition. Here I am going to simply return what are the values I am getting, that I am going to return by adding return x plus y, that is here this one is return type. Next function I am going to create, this is void. Next here multiplication mul, so I am creating the function name as mul. Next here also I am using only the integer data type. Here integer, next x comma integer y. Here as it is void, it has no return type. You declare integer ans, next ans is equal to x into y. Next printf, here you are telling to print the ans. See here and the totally two functions. First function with return type, second function without return type. So this is the code. After I am creating this code in the editor, now I need to save this file. See important thing, save this file with extension .h, that is the important. So in this step first, this file name is, I am going to store this file name my header dot, this one important, .h, file with extension .h. The file name with extension .h is the header file. See, next after finishing this one, after saving this one, here you no need to compile this one all, because this is the header file. So just you create the file and you save the file my header.h. Next you create the another one new file. So go to file, new, and next window will appear. There you type this program, that is our source code. Here I am writing, this is file 1, first file, Now I am going to create the second file, file 2. Here include stdio.h, include next see. Now I am going to include this header file. Already I had created this my header.h. I am going to include here. This is my header file. Next see, very simple program this one. See, now here I am including the system header file stdio.h and conio.h for using this scanf, printf and getch. For getting that, for invoking that functions, I am including these header file because these functions printf, scanf function and all inside this header file stdio.h and this getch and all will come under the conio.h. So next here I am including the another one user defined header file. Here this header file name is myheader.h. Why I had include this header file means here this function add and this function mul were inside this header file myheader.h because here I have created these two function add and mul inside the myheader.h. So see, this entire content will be included to the source code during the preprocessor time. These things and all will happen. Next, at the runtime compilation, after the compilation time runtime, here it will ask here enter the two numbers. See, now let us see the output how it will display. Here enter the number. Suppose if you are giving the number 10 next 20. So when you are giving the two number, the very first number which you have given that will be stored to a variable a, and the second number which you have typed that number will be stored in b. So a is equal to how much 10 and b is equal to 20. After getting the input, the controller will come here. Here c is equal to add of a comma b. So here this add where it is inside the header file. Here and the header file this code will be placed here. I am passing the value in the add function a and b. So this a value will copy it to x and b value will copy it to y. Here I am telling to return x plus y. So what is the value? This a value x will have 10 and y will have the value b value, that is 20. 10 and 20, it will returns the 10 plus 20, that is 30. It will after adding the two numbers, it will return that number. So here this return number will be stored to C. After here addition of the two number is C. It will print as like this, addition of, here I am telling this printf statement, addition of two numbers, next 30, it will print like that. After that it will come here, here I am telling to print the multiplication of two number, multiplication of two number. This message will be printed. After that here I am calling the mul function. Where this mul function? It is under here, that is myheader.h. So in the mul function, this a value will be passed to x and b value will be passed to y. So here x hold the value 10 and y will hold the value 20. Here 10 into 20, what is the answer? That value will be printed here itself. Here there is no return value. If there any return value, we should declare the variable and we should get that return value to the variable. As it is not having any return value, so here I am directly giving the function name only. So it will go, the controller will go to that function, and inside the body of the function the full content, that full statement will be executed, and no return values will be returned from that function. That is the function which we have declared in as a void. Next, inside the body of the function I have declared another one variable ans. Here in this ans I am telling to multiply these two number, that is 10 into 20, that is 200, and finally the answer will be printed right here, 200. So this is the answer. So in this way we can declare the header file and we can include that header file to our source code. See, let us assume this file name as here test.c. This file name is test.c. This header file is myheader.h. This source code name is test.c. So after completing this second program, that is second file, here you should compile and you should run this file only, that is with the extension .c. So in this way we can create the header file and we can include the header.